Yo, what's going on, everyone? Z-Boss here. Welcome to your Washington Wizards rebuild. Of course, you have Tyus Jones, Jordan Poole, Kuzma, Avila, Gatford, Kispert, Wright, Gallinari, Koulibaly. So halfway through the year, we're sitting absolutely terrible. We're sitting at 10 and 10 and 45. Poole's averaging somewhat. I mean, no one's averaging. I mean, we're 10 and 45. No one's going to be really averaging stats a year like, wow, that's amazing. But as always, like, subscribe if you like this video and you want to see me do more. I just got a comment as I'm recording this, actually, that people want, or at least one person wants me to show you the free agencies, like where players go. So in the next rebuild, I'll definitely do that. Thank you very much for your comment, and thank you very much for the subscription. It really helps me out. It really motivates me to want to do these and become better at them. But we're just going to be finishing the end of the year here. We don't do that good. We get a whole bunch of losses, and I don't know what it is about this 2K, at least for me, but I feel like the teams do a lot worse when I control them. So I don't know if that's just because of how I rebuild things and I'm not good at it or what, but yeah, it seems like every single time I try to do one of these, it just kind of goes straight downhill. So we don't make the playoffs first year. The bane of my existence, the Atlanta Hawks lose in the first round. The Miami Heat win the championship. But now we have the third overall pick, and I'm kind of looking at who we should pick here. So we see guys like, I know we have a lot of small forwards, but I know that this Matt, I think it's Bezel. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, excuse me. And we're also going to be drafting AJ Mitchell, but I know that Matt guy does very well in the 2K sim. So I'm going to pick him the third overall pick. He's a 77th overall coming out of, forget what school he comes out of, or at least what it says school he comes out of. So Kispert, Davis, Baldwin Jr. are all going to bring back on the team player options. So bring back all those guys. Bring back Avila on the qualifying offer. Now we go into free agency here, and this is where I I don't know what to do. I mean, the team was just one of the worst teams in NBA history. Like, the team was not good by any standards at all. So do we want to bring people back? And I think that we kind of want to bring people back to kind of maybe let the young guys develop, because that's what I'm really big on in 2K. Any sports game, honestly, the same as Madden, NHL, FIFA. I like young players developing. So if you see here, we have a whole bunch of good shooting guards. So we're going to move Kuzma, I think Kuzma or Kispert. Move Kispert to the power forward position, so we kind of have less of what's the word I'm looking for here? Less of a log cram or whatever. I don't know what the saying is. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't say it. But so we don't have so much of so much traffic at the small forward position. So we're going here to player progression in year number 2. We're going to be seeing a lot of greens, a little bit of red from Jordan Poole. But now, season number 2, we're looking a little bit better. We're not looking like a team that can necessarily make the playoffs, but we're looking like a team that can at least be better than a top 5 player. So now we're going to be trading Kuzma for Desmond Bane or DeJounte Murray. I'm kind of looking at the trades here. I like Desmond Bane a little bit more. Trade Tyus Jones for OG Anunoby and Duncan Robinson's big contract. Just for 1 year of OG Anunoby. I feel like this is just kind of a way to kind of show the league that we kind of mean business. So we're 21 and 36 here, basically, at the trade deadline. We're doing a lot better than we were last year, but we're still not doing that good. It's not amazing. It's not like we went from 0 and 82 to 82 and 0. It's a slow rebuild. It's a slow progress that I like. Again, it's just weird because my rebuilds are, I haven't done this for too long, so I don't know all the players that average 30 points in the league. I don't know all the cheat codes in the drafts, but at least what I like is I like bringing the young guys up. So, we have guys like Avila, guys like Matt now, guys like, Desmond Bane, who's a little bit on the young, he's on the younger side. So second year number 2, we don't make the playoffs again. The Miami Heat, the Atlanta Hawks all through to the finals. They win the NBA championship, of course, like they always do. Now Jordan Poole are going to be trading here for Cole Anthony and the 7th overall pick in the second round. kind of an improvement to that point guard position. And also, I didn't really like Jordan Poole too much on this team. I don't think that we can win with him. So in season number 3, we're looking at Cole Anthony, Desmond Bane, Bizzels, Kispert, Gafford, Koulibaly, Avila, Davis, Baldwin Jr. So again, I think it's a much better team. We're here at the trade deadline, and we are 11th in the in the Eastern Conference. So if we look at stats, Desmond Bane's averaging 25 and 4, which is very good for him. Bizzels averaging 19, 7 and 6. So we have players that are at least producing good. We have players that are producing and that are kind of showing that we are improving the team. So we're going to be going here into the end of the season. We actually have a very strong second half of the season. We finished, I think it was exactly 41 and 41. Yeah, I finished exactly 500. Jokic wins MVP. Giannis wins Depoy. The guy that I could have drafted got most improved player, but I like our draft pick. So we're just looking at the all-defensive team, the all-NBA teams, the all-rookie teams that we don't really have anyone on, the all-rookie team. We don't have anyone on anyone, actually. But now we are the 7th seed. So we had a really good second half of the season, finished as the 7th seed. Now we're going against the Boston Celtics. Of course, they have guys like Malcolm Brogdon, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Porzingis, Robert Williams, Kevin Porter Jr., Derek White, Buddy Hield. I mean, they have a very strong team. The Boston Celtics are built to be a very strong team. But they go up 3-0 against us. But we start clawing our way back. We get into Game 7, so are they going to blow a 3-0 lead? We have a really good first quarter. Second quarter is a little bit on their side. Third quarter goes our way by quite a bit. And we end up coming back from 3-0 against the Boston Celtics. Bizzels had 40 points, basically at 39, but I'll say 40 to make him feel better. Second round, we're going against Cade Cunningham, Azir Thompson, Jonathan Isaac, Pascal Siakam, Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey. So again, this is another very strong team, and they were the 6th seed. So I don't know how some of these teams are higher than the other. Like, it's very strange to me. But we go down, and unfortunately we lose in 6. The Cleveland Cavaliers against the Houston Rockets in the final. The Houston Rockets win. Now at the draft, we don't really draft anyone too big. We drafted a center with our 7th overall pick, but he doesn't really turn out to be anything, so I didn't really want to show it. Now at free agency, we're kind of looking. We have $24 million in the bank, so I'm kind of looking. I'm like, we have a lot of guys to bring back, and I kind of like the way this team is progressing. I kind of like the way this team is. I mean, maybe if we can get a better center, I mean, that'd be really good for us. But as I'm looking at Wendell Carter Jr., but I was kind of like, in the end, I'm like, let's just bring back our guys. We finished as a 7th seed last year and had a really strong second half of the year. So let's just bring back who we have and kind of see how we go from there. So we're going to bring back Johnny Davis. We're going to bring back, I think we bring back Daniel Gafford in the end. We bring back him at the end. We don't sign Wendell Carter because, again, I was kind of like, let's keep our guys. Just kind of looking to see if we can get anyone kind of better in free agency. I don't see anyone better, so we're going to bring back Daniel Gafford as well. And then that's basically going to be it for our free agency. I mean, we don't really have too much cap because everything is kind of tied up in different players. So we're looking at, a good 1, a good 2, a good 3, a good 4, and a decent 5. But I'm really looking at a center that I can really build around. So I'm looking at Chet Holmgren. So we're trying to look Daniel Gafford, Patrick Baldwin, and the rookie that we just drafted and a first-round pick. We get Chet Holmgren to really be that star center for us. And this team isn't looking bad. I think this team looks really good. I see Denny Avila for Jaden McDaniels, who is a very tempting trade for me, and I think that's a trade I do. But it's a very tempting trade, so I'm like, okay, now we have Cole Anthony, Desmond Bane, Bizzels, Kispert, Chet Holmgren. We have an 87 off the bench. We have an 87 coming off the bench. And yet we still can't really find a way to move out of that 500 range. So is it, like, I don't know, is this 2K, does it only matter about stars? Like, is that all that matters to it? Is that if you have a 97 overall on your team, and that's all that matters? But Luka wins MVP. Pete wins Rookie of the Year. I think we get Chet Holmgren on All-NBA third team. No, we don't. We get him on All-Defensive first team. So, Again, I don't know, because I thought this team was really good. We simulated the play-in, we beat the play-in, we beat the Bulls. So now we are going to get the Toronto Raptors in round number 1, who have Monte Morris, Grady, Scott Barnes, Kawhi Leonard, Jakob Poeltl. So they have a very good team, but we sweep them. Now we go against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you already know their team is absolutely insane with Evan Mobley and Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. So this is a game where I'm like, shoot, like why couldn't we have gone up against the Milwaukee Bucks? Because I don't think that we're going to have any shot of getting by the Cleveland Cavaliers. They lose in the NBA Conference Finals to the Detroit Pistons. So now we're going to be looking at kind of around the league. Because again, someone in the comments said, can I show who went where in the league? And I was almost ending my rebuild when I did it. So we're going to be looking, both the Thompson twins are on the Milwaukee Bucks now, which I thought was pretty cool. Banchero went to the Chicago Bulls. Devin Booker went to the LA Clippers. And Kyrie also did too. The Memphis Grizzlies are kind of the same exact team. They got Chris Middleton, but they're kind of the same exact team. Damian Lillard's on the Miami Heat, but he started there. Fox and Levine are in Charlotte. The Jazz look very young. Sacramento doesn't really have anyone that special. The LA Lakers have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Steph Curry's on Dallas. So there are some movements, which I'm going to have to show in the future, kind of where everyone goes year by year. But Siakam's on the Pacers, or not the Pacers, on the Pistons. Kawhi's on the Raptors. Wembanyama, Roy, they have a very good team in San Antonio. And same with OKC, they have very good teams, but I think our team's better. If you saw there, Luka Doncic went to team up with Anthony Edwards. But I think we have a very good team, and we have a very deep team. 85, 90, 87, 86, 90, 87, 83. And I think our lowest player on the team is an 81. Or is an 80, sorry. Our least person in the bench is an 80. But even with that, we're still a 10 seed, so we're still averaging around 500. So I don't really know how to make this team any better without people just improving. Rizzel's as 27-6. Desmond Bane is 18-4-4. Koulibaly's having a really good year. But now we're going to be looking at some trades here. Maybe a trade to pick up a better point guard. So I see this kind of trade, and I saw Markelle Fultz. I saw the Klay Thompsons, the Hendricks. But I kind of wanted to trade for Ben Simmons. I have no clue why I decided to do this, and Terry Rozier as well. But we decided to trade for Ben Simmons. I have no clue why. But we trade Ben Simmons. We move him over to the point guard position. He goes down to, I think, an 81. We should have just kept him as shooting guard, or it's a small forward, should I say. But we're still looking weak at power forward. We have a little bit more depth and a little bit more trade assets at the shooting guard position. But now we're going to be trying to trade, I think, Washington Jr. and Rozier. No, Springer and Rozier. And we see Spencer Dinwiddie. We see Cole Anthony. We can bring him back and keep keep Ben Simmons. But I'm looking at the Spencer Dinwiddie trade just because it's different. And Jason Tate. So we're going to be trading for those two guys. Now this team's looking like Dinwiddie, Bane, Koulibaly, Matt, Chet Holmgren. So this team's looking very good. Our lowest players in 82 and Ben Simmons. But again, we can't get over the hump of being 500. We just can't get over that hump of going win-win, loss-loss. So we can't get over that hump, which means we can't really show improvements. Even though I think this team should be going, like NBA, record-wise. But it doesn't. I don't know what the simulation is. I checked the simulation difficulty, and it's at 50%. So it's not like that's the thing that's up. But we don't even make the playoffs this year, unfortunately. Again, I thought this team is really good, so we're going to run it back for one more year. We're not going to... the Spurs win the NBA championship, but we're not going to really trade too much. But we're going to make this trade here for another point guard, because we're always weak at point guard positions. So we're going to do one more year here, just kind of run it back. So we're going to be looking at the team here and look at these stats. 91, 91, 90, 88, 87. Rocking with Dinwiddie, Bain, Coulibaly, Breezels, Holmgren, McDaniels. I don't know what else to do if this team doesn't do well. We're a 4.5 star balanced team, so we're going to do that. In this year, we are basically the 6th or 7th seed. The stats are kind of looking a little bit normal. Matt went up a lot. He's averaging almost a triple-double with 27 points, which is very, very good. He could be a star if we went on a few more seasons, I think. Or he could be an MVP candidate. But unfortunately, this is the last year, so we really want to go all out and try to get who we can get to try to win this year. So I'm looking around at trades for Spencer Dinwiddie, Johnny Davis. I see some players. I see Malcolm Brogdon and Klay Thompson. I make that trade. So now we're even deeper. We have a better point guard, and we have an 87 coming off the bench as a 7th man. So, I'm looking at this team. I'm looking up and down. I'm trying to see the trades. I'm trying to see what we can do. I'm going to trade our 2 basically worst players and try to get an 85 and 86. So I can at least show that maybe it's not even depth. I think this team is the best team I've built so far. And we just can't get over a playoff hump. We have 88, 91, 88, 91, 91, 88, 87, 86, 85. Our worst players are 9th man at an 85 overall. And we can't win consistently. So I don't know. It's starting to get on my nerves a little bit now how I rebuild these teams, and they're teams that should be good enough to win NBA championships or at least contend for NBA championships, and yet we just seem like we can't get over the hump. So I don't know if this game just completely relies on star power, like having the Lukas, the Joel Embiids, the Jokic's, the LeBrons. I don't know if that's all this game really matters about. I don't know what it is. But we're going to be wrapping it up here. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate if you do watch all the way through. It really, really, really makes my heart, anti-Grinch. But we're going against the Indiana Pacers in the first round with Tyrese Haliburton, Amar James, Keegan Murray, Sabonis, Brandon Miller. So I think we have a good enough team to kind of be this team. We sweep them. But then we go against the Philadelphia 76ers in round number 2 with a team of Kobe Perfect, Therese Maxey, Cameron Reddish, Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid, Jalen Suggs, Malik Monk. So again, a good team, but I think our team's better. So we go 1-1, we go up 2-1, we tie 2-2. This is a big game. We go 3-2, we win. We're in the conference final now against the Boston Celtics again, who bring back Marcus Smart, bring in Vucevic, RJ Barrett they bring in. So this team is tough, but again, I still think that we have a better team than they do. On paper, at least. Unfortunately, we lose in 5. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a good day and see ya.